This is a video for activity 3.1, objects that begin moving. Your teacher demonstrated two simple instances of objects beginning to move: a tennis ball that was tapped and a marble that was shot out by a stretched rubber band. Explain why the objects began to move. Write a single explanation that is good for both objects. So, the first thing, we need to demonstrate a tennis ball. I'm going to take my hand and I'm just going to get it to move. So we can do it again. The second demonstration was taking a marble. So get it to stand in one spot. I'm going to take a rubber band. I'm going to move the rubber band back, and it shot the marbles. Let's try it again. I'm going to set up the rubber band. I'm going to pull it back. Oop, right here. We got to get a little bit lower there. There we go. So what you need to do is, for number one, explain why the objects began to move. Write a single explanation that is good for both objects. So go ahead, pause the video, and finish number one. Number two, using what you learned in lesson 2, make interaction tables showing all the interactions involved in both cases. And then draw the models that show the various components of each system and the forces that act on them and that they apply. So what you need to do is you need to make an interaction table for me tapping the tennis ball, and you need to make a second interaction table for me shooting the marble here with a rubber band. Once you make both interaction tables, then you're going to need to make two force models, one for the tennis ball and one for the rubber band, and then you need to add the arrows that show the forces that are being applied. So go ahead, pause the video, and do number 2. Number 3, what are the three forces that act on each object? So what are the three forces that acted on the objects? And the forces should be the same for the tennis ball and for the marble. Just different things caused the forces or created the forces. Number 4, which of these forces act horizontally? So which ones act back and forth? Do any of them act vertically up and down? And then 5, which of these forces can cause each object to begin moving? So go ahead and complete the activity. Make sure you let your teacher know when you're done.